Joining me now, Bull Tick Capital Markets Chief Market Strategist Kathryn Rooney Vera. You know, Kathryn, one reason I'm glad you're coming behind Rebecca is you've got this global view. You've got clients all over the world. How concerned are you with these geopolitical trends?
Rebecca's right. We had Ukraine, and now the issue could very well be Taiwan. If we do get an invasion there, it really is game over for the markets and for the economy. I'm very concerned about that. But in terms of the U.S. economy, if, in fact, even if we get, zero COVID policy in China continuing to shut down segments of the Chinese economy, that could throw a wrench into what has really up to this point been an improving supply chain story. So we could actually just get, even if there's some sort of shutdowns, forget about war, or forget about another invasion. Further shutdowns in China could aggravate an already really sticky inflationary scenario here in the U.S. We're talking 8.5% inflation right now, but if we get more problems within the supply chain, that could go a lot higher. So
the big issue today is this energy crisis. The UK, they've got a new leader, Liz Truss, and her first move, a massive bailout of households, small businesses, an attempt to blunt the spike in energy. But we're talking about price caps here. Are they going to work? Do you think they'll work this time?
Well, they never have worked, so it's unlikely that this time is any different. It's just a short-term Band-Aid. It doesn't deal with the underlying structural issues, and in fact, it's additional inflationary pressures to an economy that's already facing some pretty grave ones. UK next year is supposed to have inflation rates, topping 20%. So this is a very sticky situation, and inflation can only, I think, be rectified with a serious economic contraction. That's what the UK is facing. Even the Bank of England, Charles, last month came out saying that they're expecting 5 quarters of negative growth starting at the end of this year and throughout the whole of 2023. That's, unfortunately, demand destruction is really what will get inflation down.
Well, here in the United States, there's also a lot of dark clouds, and I think it's taking a serious toll on sentiment. But here's the thing. People keep spending money. So how do you see our economy in the second half of the year?
People are spending money because everything costs more. If you look at consumer confidence, it's near record lows, looking at the University of Michigan. And that, I think, Charles, when we do get a turn in the labor market, we've already seen a slight uptick in the unemployment rate. But if we get a deterioration on the employment front, then consumer confidence really flows into consumption data, and people retrace their spending. When people retrace their spending in an economy that's 2/3 based on consumption, then we're in for a wild ride in terms of recession.
So KRV, I got 30 seconds left. How does your portfolio withstand these sort of big ups and downs and big question marks?
I like having a hefty allocation to cash. I know inflation is really high, but look, I think cash is an asset class. You want to have those defensive sectors. You want to hold energy and utilities and staples and healthcare. I know they're not the sexy sectors, but those are the sectors that historically outperform in both stagflation, which is basically recession with high inflation, or just straight up recession. So I think we should have positions in gold and cash, alternatives, as well as short duration fixed income and some defensive sectors in the S&P 500.
Sometimes cash really is king. Sometimes. Kathryn, thank you very much. Talk to you again real soon.
Thank you, Charles.